The future of Austin's transit system is up in the air. City officials are working on a major transportation bond for next year.
She's gonna blow, get back!
Okay, guys, that was a lot of fun. I don't know how many times I could say that I jumped from a burning car behind me. A lot of people have already made their way to Juarez to be there for the Pope's visit, like some of the people that we actually met in our hotel this morning. Oh my God! Are you kidding me right now? Oh my God, I think I had a heart attack.
Oh, wow, yeah, oh man. That is, she's blown away.
You do feel the blood rushing to your head.
Okay,
but...
yeah, I would imagine.
Jump. Go, 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 go.
Hands off.
Arch back, go.
Woo! Downtown Austin business owners are urging City Council not to take away ordinances concerning the homeless.
CBD, that three-letter word that has so many people rushing to try out a new cure-all.
The most common things would be anxiety, sleep, and pain and inflammation relief.
Here at Green Wave Naturals, customers walk in looking for relief. Many asking us not to show their faces even though the federal government has ruled that CBD is legal. The state of Texas, however, has not legalized CBD.
The strongest one goes up to 2,400 milligrams, which would be right here.
Owner Zachary Esquivel tells us his clients swear by it.
We have one customer that has arthritis in her spine and recently had surgery, and she takes our highest dose of our tincture, and she says that it's one of the only things that can get her out of bed in the morning, and that's incredible, really.
CBD is not currently approved by the Federal Drug Administration. In fact, the FDA says that it, quote, recognizes a significant public interest in cannabis and cannabis-derived compounds, particularly CBD. However, there are many unanswered questions about the science, safety, and quality of products containing CBD. Also saying they are working to answer those questions, which means for now, customers are buying a product from retailers who are not forced to test it. But many, like Green Wave Naturals, have taken that into their own hands.
First, it's tested at the lab when they do the extractions to make sure that the plants that they're growing don't contain any heavy metals. And then after we receive the products, we send them out for further testing on our part, basically, to make sure that the concentrations that we're formulating are accurate.
To experts like Dr. Christine Duvichel, these self-appointed tests are a step in the right direction. She's an associate professor at the College of Pharmacy at UT Austin and says the approval from the FDA is vital.
FDA approval means that there have been clinical trials, there have been humans that have taken the drug for whatever purpose, and they do toxicology and all those things. So you find out in a human whether there are particular side effects.
Also saying there can be contamination of the product, microbes, pesticides, and other things that can affect the plant it was derived from. There's also the matter of THC, the psychoactive found in cannabis. In CBD, it has to legally be less than 0.3%. But without federally mandated tests, there's no guarantee that it's that low in the product you purchase.
Even though it might be a small percentage, what happens is it can accumulate, and then at one point in time, people may get a drug test, say for their job, and they might show up to have measurable levels of THC.
Start with a half and then increase it if you need to, okay?
Over at Green Wave Naturals, they tell us their CBD is tested for THC and meets all the legal requirements.
We want to be on the forefront of what the FDA will regulate. We know that they're going to have us test everything and make sure that our labels are correspondent to all the testing in terms of each batch. So we just wanted to basically make sure that everybody's being safe. We definitely look forward to full legalization, but you know, Texas is a little different than every other state, so we're just happy to be here and serving the community.
On the stage, she's a queen.
The number one rule when you're all looking gorgeous, when you walk into the room, all eyes are on you.
But in real life, Kelly Klein is a royal influence to many in the LGBTQ community.
The whole idea about it is for you to become a totally different character, human being. Your nose looks different, your lips look different.
Kelly is one of the best-known queens in Austin. She's been taken to the stage since the 80s. So it made sense for us to ask her and her friend Celia Light to give us a lesson or two on drag makeup.
For drag, since we highlight a lot, we like to give ourselves a little bit of a tan.
But things quickly turned from shade
To be fair, Kelly's been doing this for longer than I've been alive.
She just called me old. It's okay.
to life stories that can be hard to hear.
When I moved to Austin, I moved because my family disowned me and they asked me to leave their home. So I remember what it's like when you don't have anybody to be there for you and you feel like you don't belong on this planet. So I made it a point to not be a victim of that anymore. I decided to be a victor, and I decided that I was going to be the person that I needed in my life back then for others.
Unfortunately, being rejected by loved ones is a reality for those in the LGBTQ community.
I've been very, very, very blessed. Ooh, I don't want to get emotional, but I've had people's parents thank me for taking care of their kids when they couldn't. And that to me is like exceptional honor. So drag is powerful.
My name is Cellulite, by the way.
Cellulite?
Yeah, first name Celia, last name Light, inspired by my thighs.
Celia grew up in a small town where her way of life wasn't really accepted.
I grew up thinking it was so taboo and like, you know, it's wrong for like a little boy to play with girls' things. When you're a drag queen, it's an expression of who you are, not just because, you know, you just want to wear makeup. I think a lot of us really have something that we want to portray and we have a message. When you're in drag, you're genuinely just you.
As the makeup and sharing circle continued, we wanted to know how we can be better allies to the LGBTQ community.
Support causes, events, and things that matter for the community. For example, when our government is trying to pass a bill or a law that's going to try and attack us and we have a march or an event, then it's important for people to show up. Bodies make a difference, and I believe that actions speak louder than words.
But even with all this real talk, it wasn't all tears and sad flashbacks. We're about the present and moving forward.
Camera, am I looking at you?
Oh, I'm not.
I don't know how to wink.
And let me just say, these queens can do some makeup, honey, yes.
And toss it back. There you go.
Ooh, I am a different person.
That was like a team effort.
What?
Now let go.
Ooh. This is nice. I feel like I'm Poison Ivy.
You are.
Oh, that's
Poison
hot.
Poison Ivy.
After our time together, there was only one thing left to do: sashay.
All right, here. Beautiful.